It's the fourth week of the Autumn Nation series. Join me as I unpack what you can expect. Hi guys, I'm Babsy and welcome back to my channel. In this episode, we are going to be talking all things Autumn Nation series. Now, we are in week 4 and this is the final round for most of the teams. Only 2 will remain for week 5. But a lot was happening in the world of rugby this weekend. Let's start off with the great news that Franco Mostert's red card has been dismissed. Now, if you watched that match against Italy last week, you will know there was no foul play involved. At best, that should have been a yellow card for red card review, but stick to a yellow card. And I'm glad that the committee was able to see that there was no red card needed there. And hopefully, for the rest of the Autumn Nation series, we not get any red cards for the Springboks, because at this point, y'all are turning us into conspiracy theorists. And then the fixtures of the Nations Cup were announced, and I think we are in for an exciting world of rugby next year, where the Nations Cup will be in place of the Autumn Nation series. It's going to be similar because it's Northern Hemisphere versus Southern Hemisphere, but this time they are playing for glory and gold as well as a cup. So it's going to be exciting times between July and November next year. And then the World Rugby Award nominees have been announced. World Rugby Player of the Year, 3 Springboks have been announced. You have Malcolm Marx, you have Pieter-Steph du Toit, who has been nominated for this award 3 times and won it twice before. Can he make it a 3rd time? And the very first prop to be nominated for this award goes to Ox Nché. I won't lie, I'm excited for this one, and it is quite well deserved. Then we rounded off with Bielle-Biarrey. I think this is going to be a tightly contested category. But my money is on Pieter-Steph du Toit, especially because of his consistency. But let's not rule out Louis, because he is a rising star in rugby. I think it will be down to those 2 players to pick up the win for World Rugby Player of the Year. And then when it comes to the Breakthrough Player of the Year, Ethan Hooker has got a nod, and I think it is well deserved. Shout out to the Sharks. I had to throw it in there before we go back to URC next week. And his fellow nominees are the likes of Henry Pollock, Fabian Holland, and Joseph Sua'ali'i. I think this was also a tightly contested group, but my money is on Ethan Hooker. Obviously, guys, I will have bias on this one. I want the Springboks to take home the wins. In the comment section, let me know, who do you think is going to be walking away with World Rugby Player of the Year as well as the Breakthrough Player of the Year? Now let's go into all the action that we can expect in week 4 of the Autumn Nation series. New Zealand will want to finish off their season on a high after losing to the English last weekend. I did not see that one coming. What an upset. And what a great match for the English. Kudos to them. It was a well-deserved victory. The All Blacks will be taking on the Welsh this weekend. England will be hosting Argentina. I think that will be also a beautiful, tightly contested match to watch. My money is on Los Pumas because they always that dark horse you never see coming. But somehow the English are still on a high from their win on the All Blacks, and they're going to ride that wave to make the Argentines' lives difficult to walk away with the victory. So who am I really backing? Argentina or England? I'm still sticking with Argentina, sticking to the Southern Hemisphere. Then we have France, who will be welcoming Australia. I think the Wallabies do not have a chance of redeeming their Autumn Nations series at this point. France are going to walk right over them. And I think post this match, it's time for the Wallabies to go back to the drawing board to see how they can have a better 2026. So my money is definitely on the French to pick up the win. But the biggest match of this weekend, it is the Springboks traveling to Aviva Stadium to face the Irish. If you could ever think of who can be the kryptonite for the Springboks, it is definitely Ireland. When you look at the last 5 matches that have been played, yeah, the Springboks have only won once. And who can forget the 2023 Rugby World Cup? Then there's last year where we lost on my birthday. That was so heartbreaking. I'll never forget that drop kick by Jack Crowley last minute to take home the win. That was heartbreaking. So this has to be the biggest match that the Springboks will have in the Autumn Nation series thus far. We have a great lineup. And I do think that we are going to give the Irish a good run for their money, and we are going to increase our win ratio against them this weekend. I do think that the Springboks have it in them to pick up a win. I mean, we won a match with 14 men, 13 men, so like, we can do it. The duo between Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu and Kobus Reiniger has been working like magic. And I think we can expect those two to bring the fire in Aviva Stadium. Sam Prendergast will be starting at fly half for the Irish, but Jack Crowley is on the bench to come on if needed. So I think this is going to be a great match to win, and the biggest one for the Autumn Nation series. Oh yes, I said it. I hope it does not disappoint. In the comment section, let me know, what teams are you backing this weekend? And do you think the Springboks can overcome their kryptonite and walk away with the win against the Irish? I think we are in for an exciting weekend of rugby. Don't forget to press that subscribe button and make sure that you turn on the bell so that you are notified every time a new video drops. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time.